All right, sticking with our YouTube ad segments, we're going to jump right into YouTube ad groups. What ad groups do is they allow us to take ads with different creative, but have similar targets, similar demographics, audience segments, keywords, topics, etc. And we can group those ads together. And so we already talked about demographics in a previous video. I'm not going to spend too much time on this, but as you know, you can separate your targets based on gender, age, parental status, household income, so if you need to remove specific ages so that your ads are targeted to the people that really are going to see your content, then you can do all of that right here. And again, because we're in an ad group, we can have multiple ads have the same setting. So we don't have to repeat this every time that we create a new ad. Getting out of demographics, we're going to move right on down into audience segments. So audience segments, you can manage what they call audience segments in Audience Manager. And in a separate video, we'll discuss what Audience Manager is. However, right here in Audience Manager, you can go ahead and kind of get some predefined audiences that YouTube or Google already has set for you. So in our example, we're going to use gamers here. And so we're going to look at audience segments that include video games and hardcore gamers, maybe some adventure and strategy game and role-playing games, whatever we feel like, our target audience may be. This is where we want our ads to show up. So we want to go ahead and hit that. And because we know Google is smarter than us, we want to tell it to reach people who are similar to your selected audiences. So if there's some audience segments that we forgot about, we go ahead and click this button. It'll go ahead and suggest our ads to be on content that are similar to these audiences. Next, we'll get into keywords. So here, again, in our previous example, we were using gamers. So we can go to this box on the right and we can type in PC gaming, for example, and it's going to give us a list of suggested keywords and relevance of each keyword. Now you can select, the plus sign and it'll add the keywords one by one. There's a button at the bottom down here that says add all ideas. So if you click that button, you can skip doing this one by one. I will say, if you do the add all ideas, just understand that somebody else may be targeting all these same exact keywords. So you may want to switch that up and not just target everything that Google suggests for you. And then here in topics, same thing, go through and you can find topics that may be, related to the type of content that you're trying to promote or advertise. And so you can help Google really define and narrow down where you want your ads to be placed. And then the next thing is placements. So placements is interesting, right? And I'm going to pause it here for a second, because with placements, we can actually tell YouTube specific, channels or even videos that we feel like our ads should show up on. And so if there's a specific channel or a specific genre of channels that you think is good for your ads, you can go ahead and put that here. Now, you're not guaranteed to show up on this channel every single time. You're not guaranteed that all your ads are going to show here, but this gives YouTube some good insight as to what type of video consumers are going to view your product. And so this is a good place to say, hey, let me really narrow down where I want my ads to show up. So that's all we're going to cover in this video, but be sure to stay tuned for the next video where we're going to cover actually creating the ad and then setting our bids for our ad groups. And this is a really important step. So stay tuned in. This is KAMCO Marketing. We're going to finish up our YouTube ad series. Peace.